Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of Insights from the Akashic. We're looking at the week of August 15th through the 21st, 2022. So hopefully your August is going well. I'm Jen Duchenne of jendushen.com, Akashic Swan Guidance. I'm using the Illuminating Journey Cards that were created by me with the guidance of the Akashic Records. I've already shuffled the cards, so let's dive in and see what they have to say. So first card is the Zero. So this actually has been coming up a lot for me, for my students in the trainings I'm teaching around working with the cards in the pilgrimage of the soul. So this is a very key portal, soul portal at this time. We're being called to know the wonderment of something new. That means that maybe the things around us still look the same. However, we are being called to show up differently, to show up open-hearted, open to what is the wonder of being, the delight, the galactic, the earthly, the possibility and potential that we have not seen because we've been focused on something else. Maybe we've been focused on our misery. Maybe we've been focused on how to get out of where we are and all these different things that have been generated through our experiences over the many years. And now there's that kind of opportunity. The veil has been lifted. We have clear sight. We can see things that we couldn't. And so with this energy of being in wonder, in joy, in exclamation, in fascination with what is possible, we truly are being magnetized to activate something very different because we're approaching it through the heart, and just seeing and knowing things from a very different perspective. So even though life around us may be a struggle and may appear to be very overwhelming, this is the way out, is to remember to sit back, open heart, just gazing at everything and receiving that energizing option to know ourselves born anew. So that's really, we're born anew. The opportunities to integrate, activate, to create and innovate are all very different now because we see the material in a very different way. So that's what this card is calling us to. And then the second card, how magical, we have the tool, the magic bean. So I think that when I think about this card, what it's telling us, born anew, and then this card that gives us the opportunity to be living through this idea of making magic, of taking something that may look mundane, may look impractical, may look boring, and using it in a way, letting us be led by the wonder of what is possible, as opposed to by the restriction of, oh no, that's a useless thing, but instead, what could this be? How can I see this experience differently? How can I expand into who I am in a deeper and more meaningful way? And so those are, that's really what this card is saying. It's the tool to activate the idea of being exposed to something new and going, yeah, I'm going to use this opportunity to make magic. I'm going to see the magic in it all. I'm going to be electrified with the idea that I can create something different because I believe in this idea, this dream, the wonderment that I'm seeing. So it feels like a very powerful opening, a huge shift in how we perceive life. And then the third and final card is the number one. So first of all, I have to say I find it extremely fascinating that this pull has one of each of the types of cards in this deck. And we started with the soul portal. So that's the visual entry. We moved into the tool, the thing that helps us shift into where we need to go to become. And then the number or the level, which is a very direct note, a very direct thing. When we see a number, our system responds to a number. The number one, very clear, it's a very direct line. The number one is the first number that comes out of the zero. From the point in the middle of the zero, a line extends, and that's the one. So one is a number that tells us to focus on what we are creating. What are we going to innovate? We need to gather our resources. We need to look to the idea of creating from that place of knowing the self, knowing who we are, knowing what we desire, knowing what is calling us to be created. So here, this reading feels so pointed to this idea that we see the world with new eyes. And we understand that we are being given this magic bean, this opportunity to realize something new. Because realize means make something new. It's creation. It's bringing something to life. This is what manifesting is all about. And then this, the number one, the direct energy of being, I must take action because I see what is available. I have the tool to move through this or into it or become it. And I do that by being very focused, very direct, allowing myself to truly understand the power of the number one, the power of concentration, the power of putting meaning into what you're doing and where you're going, and putting the effort that it takes to really align your resources so that you can create the magic and the wonder from the experience you're having, the realization you're having, making this magic real, bringing your ideas into being. So, very powerful, I'll put this here because of the colors over there, very powerful invitation that we're having right now to step beyond what has been the known. And I will say for myself, these past few weeks, I know we're going through massive shifts, but even if I didn't know that, these past few weeks have been such a strange and stretchy experience of allowing myself to truly step into what is beyond my comfort, what is beyond what I've known. So I feel like I'm somewhere else, that I'm in this place here where I'm looking at all the stuff and going, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to let go of? What do I want to align to? How can I make the magic happen? How can I be true to my purpose? So I can feel it. I imagine that perhaps you feel similar to me because we're all being influenced by all of this experience around us, this incredible time of germination of new things, ourselves anew, available to what is out in the world. So, have an amazing week. I'm Jen Deshen of jendeshen.com, Akashic Swan Guidance. And I guide those who are called to work with me to truly activate the energy of who they are within them and connect it to what is available to them so that they can move forward easily in life, become more aligned and more true to themselves. So if this is something you're interested in, please reach out to me. You can send me an email. I'm on different social media. You can send me a message. I'm happy to chat so we can see how working with me one-on-one or perhaps in a group with me is aligning to your purpose and whatever comes next for you. I look forward to seeing you next week. Until then,